Hi, I'm Samantha, and you're watching Off the Record. On this episode, I get to speak to two phenomenal women who are behind the fast-growing event called Unplugged. Alina and Chieta, thank you so much for coming on to Off the Record.
Oh, thank you.
How are you guys doing? You're good? You're looking beautiful?
Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate you for your first anniversary. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Awesome.
I know. We don't even believe where we are. Like 1 year of Unplugged.
So tell me, how did it start? What is Unplugged?
Unplugged is basically a family-friendly live music event. We hold it once a month.
Okay.
And the idea behind it is that people can bring their drinks, picnic chairs,
Just to
food,
come and relax.
come and chill, listen to some really good quality Afrocentric music. And I think one of the key things about it is that we're really trying to, and I think that we've successly done so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been a year now.
Well, create a family-friendly environment. So people, we have activities for kids as well. So yeah, that's Unplugged.
And how did you guys meet?
Shiza and I have known each other for ages. Like ever since we were young, our parents are friends. That's how we met.
And what made you guys decide that this is what we want to do? How did the idea of Unplugged get here?
Unplugged started when did Unplugged start?
I think it was November last year.
Yeah.
We were kind of just sitting around and thinking, oh goodness, it's a Saturday, there's nothing to do.
Bored.
Okay.
And we thought it'd be really nice to go out somewhere and enjoy, November is really nice and hot, and be outdoors, and also listen to really good quality music, because it's one of our shared passions is music.
So did it take a long time from that idea to actually get it going?
No, it actually took a month.
Because most of the time people are very complacent, they overthink things, they're like, yeah, but everyone gets ideas, but no one actually decides to do it. So I wanted to know that time frame when you're like, okay, we've got this idea, let's do it. So you said it's a month?
It took a month because we talked about it and the next day we were already planning it.
Okay, look at you. And the other thing I want to find out, what are your roles, both of you? I mean, when I found out about Unplugged, I met her and then I met you on the event. So what exactly do you guys do?
We do pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Unplugged is what Unplugged is. That's a mistake. But anyway, we do pretty much the same thing. She is more in the back house.
Okay.
She does more of dealing with sponsors and
She's the
emails.
face, the corporate face.
Yes, she's the corporate face,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
I'm more of probably the operations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alina's an operator. She gets things done. I mean, it's fantastic because we really draw on each other's strengths. Alina's very kind of organized, and she's very systematic about how she approaches every task. So she's really good in terms of dealing with suppliers, in terms of dealing with artists, and then some administrative stuff. And I kind of just sit at home and think of ideas. Alina, execution time.
Okay, so you're the brain behind
Yeah,
it.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
I think she's very good with the more what you're saying, the more corporate side of things. Like she knows how to talk to our sponsors, relate to our sponsors. She's great at PR, she's great with advertising, she's great with all those things that I am not really good at. And coming out on TV, doing all these things,
It's not for you.
No,
But
it's
you're
not
now on
for me.
TV, so
I know.
how do you choose the artists? How do you choose your lineup?
Well, it's a combination of things. I mean, initially what we would do is just sit online. Well, obviously we had been exposed to a number of different artists. We'd go to different places where we knew artists would play. Places like the Book Cafe, that's been an amazing source of talent for us. But now it's a lot of it is people reaching out to us and saying, we've heard about Unplugged, we'd really love to be a part of it. And artists refer other artists to us.
Okay, so that's good. So are there some artists that you think, well, you don't really fit the concept of Unplugged? Do you turn some artists away?
we haven't really turned anyone down yet, but we haven't, have we?
We haven't really turned anybody down, but
Okay,
I think
maybe let me put it in a different way.
Yeah.
Because maybe people watch this and think, oh, so what, you're choosing about the artist that you want. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I want to say is, what criteria do they have to meet?
so. We basically, I mean, if you look at every unplugged lineup, it's a combination of different types of artists, who are at different stages in terms of development within their craft. So we typically would have a kind of sort of established, relatively well-known artist as pretty much the big act. But we also think that it's incredibly important to develop music in Zimbabwe, to provide a stage for up-and-coming musicians as well. So, you know, people will send us, you know, MP3s. Sometimes we get MP3s via WhatsApp.
So
would you believe? Oh, I heard about Unplugged, I got your number. People will send through MP3s, and then we'll say, okay, are you performing anywhere? Can we come and watch you?
Okay.
But really, I think the judgment is based on, I think, how sophisticated their music is. And that's sometimes, you know, obviously ability to access studios and things like that is an impediment. So sometimes, I mean, I remember one audition, we went to a studio, there was an artist laying down their first track, and he literally stood outside with his guitar and played for us, and we're like, oh my god,
don't you just love that raw passion that people, especially at this stage? Yeah. It's so good, because that's the one thing I love about Unplugged. You get here, you get to hear music that you've never heard before, so I think it's a really great platform. Talking about challenges, what challenges have you faced in terms of production, everything to do with Unplugged?
Well, the challenges. Of course, we still got the sponsorships challenge.
Okay.
It's something we're still working on. We've also had challenges. Weather.
Yeah.
Weather is a big challenge because Unplugged is outdoors.
Yeah.
People are supposed to enjoy the sun, but the weather, especially from November all the way through to May, we have weather challenges. So we've tried to address that by having more listening sessions, which are more indoor sessions of Unplugged. So yeah, are there any other challenges?
No, but maybe just to add to the sponsorship, the issue of sponsorship, we've had a lot of interest from people, because I think people recognize that we're building a really credible lifestyle brand, which is kind of just developed so organically. You know, I think the biggest way to advertise this type of event is word of mouth, and people hear about it. And we've been approached by corporates. We, you know, equally approached corporates. But I think it's just where we are economically as a country. There's a lot of challenges. I think people kind of prioritize, you know, sort of more basic marketing needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're hoping in the new year, we know that it's going to be a better year, and we're hoping that we'll
keep it positive.
You have to.
As two young women in the entertainment industry, did you feel that you were not taken seriously initially?
No, I think when we started this, people gave us a lot of support.
Okay.
We felt that way. We thought that was going to happen, but people really supported us. They supported our dream. They helped us work towards it. I think everyone who worked with us has been amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've also, I mean, what helps is that, you know, we have a reference point. So this is kind of modeled on a similar event that happens in East Africa called Blankets and Wine. And I think a few artists here, especially the more established ones who've had the opportunity to perform at Blankets and Wine, you know, when we said that this is our concept, they were like, oh my goodness, we've performed at Blankets and Wine. This would be awesome. This is just what the market needs.
So have you had moments when you just felt like this is not working, we've just got too many problems, we're not getting our sponsors, the weather, all these things that you spoke about? Have you had moments where you're like, you know what, I've tried, it's not working, I'm giving up?
I have those moments, but I've got She will tell me, Elena, we are not stopping this. We need to push on. It's going to go places, and I think that's that we encourage each other, and I think that's what motivates us. And
Definitely. I mean, you have your natural apprehensions ahead of each event. You're worried about the weather, you're worried about the turnout, and things like that. But I think we really motivate each other. And I think because for me, when I see how hard Alina works on a day-to-day basis, I'm like, you know what, I can't.
You can't give up,
But obviously, you know, even in terms of financially, because it's a self-sponsored event, so everything comes out of our own pockets. And you know, you have to compete as young married women. You know, we have competing priorities. Yeah, you've got your home life,
family,
you have to.
absolutely.
So those are the kinds of worries that I think we have. But we're confident that, you know, a good get behind us very good.
Very soon. I feel it too. And so what is your inspiration then when you get to that point where you're like, I want to give up?
I think how hard it was. Like, it's been 1 year.
It's been 1 year.
And I think It's been 1 year. It's been hard. It hasn't been easy. But I think that's what keeps us going. We've done
Knowing that you've passed a year.
I know, yes.
All the
with our
problems
baby,
talking
we've
about.
worked so hard.
Yeah.
We really didn't have faith in it in the beginning, but it keeps encouraging us every time. I think. Unplugged itself.
I was gonna say, I think another thing that's really, really for me a great motivator is just people's responses. Like, when you meet somebody for the first time and they're like, well, at the event, and they're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea there was an event like this in Harare.
Yeah.
You feel really,
That you did something good.
yeah, absolutely.
And I think this also brings inspiration to other people as well. Because two young women doing their own thing, like you say, just you self-sponsor. I mean, someone else can have an idea to do something, not the same things, obviously, but to do something of their own. So what are the highlights, the best epic moments of Unplugged?
Well, I think each Unplugged has an amazing
Unique.
highlight. Either it's an amazing artist or something maybe a little bit outside of what they would normally do.
The crowd itself.
Yeah, or the crowd. Sometimes you get a really, really enthusiastic crowd. But for me, I think I would say probably the last 3 Unplugged, the turnout has just been amazing. It's been such a mixed bag of people as well.
Okay.
Really varied in terms of ages, and it's really nice to see when people start, coming and they're like, no, next time I have to bring my kids. And,
Nice.
The next event there's a bunch of kids and
Kids.
they're running around. It really, I think, adds to that family-friendly vibe that we're trying to create. So I would say that the last 3 Unplugged have been for me like awesome. Yeah.
Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? With Unplugged, where is it going?
Unplugged, 5 years. Unplugged's vision is to eventually bring regional and international acts as well. So we are hoping we will be at those levels where we can bring you Coldplay, we can bring you Maroon 5, Beyonce, those kind of people. But I guess that's where it's headed.
So it's not only just for Zimbabwean artists.
No.
Not at all. We've had Macy in the Red here before, which is actually
She's
Kenyan.
Kenyan.
She's Kenyan, yeah. So, I think, one of the reasons that we want to be able to bring in international artists is that, particularly for upcoming artists, to be able to say that they shared a stage with X, Y, and Z is really something pretty incredible that they can put onto their resume, and they learn. That's how you learn and you develop and you grow as an artist. But also just because there really is a space, an opportunity there. And it's not even necessarily about bringing into Zimbabwe the really big and well-known acts. There's a lot of acts in Zambia, in Mozambique, and the Congo. And,
I think it is a good platform to unite different African states. So I think that in that regard, that would really work. Not only just looking at the international ones, but I think we're at that moment, we're in that place right now as Africans that we need to build our own market and just supersede these barriers that we have.
Absolutely, and I think from a commercial perspective, it is SADC, for instance. It's a huge market for us. It's a huge market for us, and a lot of those countries there are gaps there as well. So Zambia, there's nothing like Unplugged in Zambia. We have a few friends in Zambia from different countries, and they say, oh my goodness, do you think it would be possible to replicate this in Zambia? So it is a market, and as young Africans, you're right. We shouldn't be always looking too
beyond,
far out.
That's true.
And what are your motives?
Our motives?
No, motives.
Love live music.
Love live music.
Yeah, like life, love.
We've tried to keep it simple in that. I mean, that's the sort of payoff line for the event, and I think it reflects what it is that we're trying to achieve. Is just grow that love for live music in Zimbabwe. So our motto is love live music. It's really very basic. I think it completely speaks to what it is that we're trying to do. It's not a complicated concept. It's very simple, and it's about promoting the love for live music. Simple and short.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add to that?
No, she said it.
She said it all.
She is the speaker here.
I'm actually surprised she's the one who's right at the back all the time.
She's the one who does all this. Like, I don't even know how to talk.
Okay. And for people who don't know about Unplugged and who watch this and want to know more about you, where can they find you on social media?
They can find us on Facebook, Unplugged Zimbabwe. We're also on Instagram, Unplugged Zimbabwe.
what's happening.
Yeah, let's hope all the action
Thanks,
started.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting us for the 1 year we've been holding Unplugged. We're so grateful. We appreciate it. Cheers up.
Yeah, thank you so much to everybody that supported us over the last year. It's been such an amazing run, and we're so thankful to all of you. We're also equally thankful to all of the artists that have blessed this stage, that have performed with us, and Asimba Tags, Angariko, during the inauguration, and we're so grateful that they love the stage enough to come back.
Hi, I'm Samantha, and you're watching Off the Record. On this episode, I am He's already start overthinking. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Samantha, and you're watching Off the Record. On this episode, I get to speak to two phenomenal women who are behind the great... Fast going, damn it! Okay. Hi, I'm Samantha, and you're watching Off the Record. On this episode, I get to speak to two phenomenal women who are behind this fast-growing event, not idea. Okay. Hi, I'm Samantha, and you're watching Off the Record. On this episode, I get to speak to two phenomenal women who are behind the fast-growing event called Unplugged.